Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Let me make sure this is going. I'm looking up something for Teresa about a cell phone. So if I seem distracted at the beginning, it's because I'm trying to figure out something that's bugging me.
My poor phone. Vern and I. This is so not podcast related. I'm sorry, but just a little backstory. Vern and I are looking at switching carriers, and I'm trying to figure out if I just want to get a new phone, if I want to do the Apple upgrade program, and if I do that, then there's only certain carriers
color do
we
you
can
want?
go with. I don't care. Probably the dark one.
Black titanium.
So yeah, so we're trying to
Do you want
take
more
trying to
storage
help
or less storage?
more.
256.
That should be better.
Okay.
But yeah, so anyways. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
And
Thanks
you have
for
a 12.
joining us this evening. We're going to talk about what?
Why does the...
I don't know.
Maybe I have to not do a trade-in. Then I can do the upgrade program.
Oh, that's weird. Anyways. But we're going to talk about the changes coming to the Lightning Lane / Max Pass / Fast Pass program. I probably have missed one of the many names that it has had in the last 5 years that the program has existed. But yeah. So we'll obviously be talking about this on the podcast this week as well, but we thought it'd be fun to chat about it with all of you so we can have more of a conversation and it's not just you listening of what our thoughts and what our opinions are. So for those of you that don't know, there was news that broke Wednesday, of course, that there was a new kid in town. It's called the Lightning Lane Premier Pass. And what this is Lightning Lane on steroids. So it's somewhere between what the current program is, Lightning Lane, and a VIP tour. So kind of think of it that way. Price point, it's in between those two things as well. But you don't have to book Lightning Lanes with this new Premier version. You can just use them when you want. You can just walk up, scan in, fine. No more booking times, which I think is a plus. However, the big downside and what most of the internet has been focusing on is the price point, because the price point is pretty crazy. At Disneyland, it's going to range, and it ranges from $300 to $400 per person. So each person in your party is going to be paying this premium dollar amount. Tag and I don't use regular Lightning Lane. That starts at $32. And I don't think we would ever use this Premier Pass thing ever at Disneyland because it just doesn't make sense for us. But we are seeing a little glimmer of hope, which a lot of people I don't think have been thinking of it this way. We're hoping this is like the future of Lightning Lane, that the current version is going to go away and this will be the new thing, which if that's the case, you'll have less people doing Lightning Lane because it's crazy priced, but it'd be a better experience for the less people that are paying because there's not going to be hardly anybody in the Lightning Lane. And it will benefit the standby line. That's what we're hoping. Honestly, to me, that's the only way this makes sense. Otherwise, I don't think many people are going to be willing to shell out $300 to $400.
It depends on if you don't want to be on your phone.
Yeah. So, I mean, the other thing, too, is that this may appeal to people that are currently doing VIP tours to kind of not have to think and just go with the Disney winds, as it were, and still get access to the Lightning Lane. So, and this is obviously cheaper than a VIP tour, depending on your group size. So if we'll just say a family of 4, this would be less expensive than booking a VIP tour for the day. But yeah, it's kind of wild.
So I'm curious. This thing says here that it's available beginning October 23rd, and it can be purchased 2 days before a theme park reservation.
Yeah, so tomorrow.
But that's what I'm saying is it the 23rd for the 25th?
I see what you're saying.
Or what?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But see, this also adds up because this isn't like per group. This is per person.
Yep, per person. And it does not include, like the current versions of Skip Ahead the Line, this does not include your park admission. This is in addition to your park admission. So there's 3 options now as we see it. We've got, 4. We've got just your normal guest, which is what Tag and I like to do, and just standby only guests. You've got Lightning Lane. I don't even remember what the different...
Multi-pass.
Multi-pass / we'll say multi-pass and individual Lightning. They were going to group that together where it's per depending on which version you do. And you have to book your time. So you have to be on your app more. And that's $32 a day plus whatever your individual Lightning Lane costs are that
Today
day as well.
It's $36.
Ooh. Or you've got this new version for $300 to $400 per day that allows you, same thing, includes the individual Lightning Lane. So it includes things like Radiator Springs Racers and Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. $300 to $400 per day. You do not have to book a time. Still limited to one ride per use. So you can't just buy this and ride, I don't know, Radiator Springs
Everything
Racers
100
over and
times.
over and over and over and over again, which would be fun and cool, but it does not include that currently. And then the next thing would be a VIP tour. Donna, can you get this new one if you're just buying a day pass?
Yeah,
No, yep.
it's for
This is
everybody.
available for everyone, Donna. So a VIP tour does have some more, but it has more bells and whistles because you basically have a tour guide the entire day. So you can turn your brain off, Becca, when you're on a VIP tour and just you can do it however you want. They can plan the day for you. So they can kind of manipulate and figure out what the best way to go through and get all the attractions and rides done. There's no real thinking or decision making.
At a VIP tour, you also can go on the same thing multiple times.
Can you? So we never did that.
We
Did
never
ever
did that, but
did
she
we
never
ever
said we couldn't.
That's true.
I don't see why you couldn't.
That's a good point.
But if I'm paying $4,000 plus for
is
something,
it 4 or is it 7?
well, it's like I think it starts at like 45 is like the cheapest one or whatever. But then the other thing you get with the VIP tours, like Teresa said, you get this tour guide. You kind of get them to kind of part the waters of crowds and stuff. But also you
The
get
knowledge
you get
and-
knowledge and all that. But also you get VIP seating for the
That's
fireworks
true.
and the parades in both parks.
That's true.
Which you can utilize after your tour, so you don't have to waste tour time doing that.
That's true. You do get the
you get a
the
pin,
preferred
you get
seating.
access to all the VIP merchandise that you can buy that's really cool that
Yeah.
we wish we would have been able to buy at the time, but they didn't offer it then. So all of those things.
You're right. I forgot about the reserved seating is huge.
And it's great spots.
Like so first of all, it's seating.
Yes.
You're not standing and waiting for the fireworks.
And they
You're
give you stuff like we
seating.
got like drinks and food and stuff, didn't we?
Nope, that was for the tour. That was the holiday tour that we got
yes,
like
yes.
hot
Thank
chocolate
you.
to watch the parade with. But no, for the VIP tour, when we watched the fireworks, we were front and center. Like we were on the back side of the hub with, like a pretty basically unobstructed view of the castle, unless there was like a small child on somebody's shoulders. Like it's angled right there, so you can kind of see above the people that are standing, but right in front of the castle there. So it was really nice. Plus, again, sitting, you get to sit, and you can show up like 5 minutes before it starts, and have that primo view. I do wish
What did we see? We saw the
Parade and World of Color. No. We did not do the parade. We did World of Color and the fireworks.
Okay. Oh yeah, because we were like rushing from the VIP of the World of Color to the VIP of the
Yep.
fireworks.
Yeah, we didn't do the parade. I don't remember if there was a parade going at that time. I think there was, but I don't know for sure. For sure, Phantasmic was not going.
I think the
Because it
parade
was
was
right-
going. Both show times were when we were on the tour.
Oh, and we decided, nope,
Yeah,
that
we're
is
not
tour
wasting time
time.
on the tour. Yep.
Yeah, and Phantasmic wasn't running because we were there like a week after Murphy's incident. Here's Vern in his adorable shirt. I didn't think I realized that was like a neon. Yeah, is mine neon? It is.
Yeah.
I love how you didn't
No,
even notice.
this is the first time we've worn these shirts. Aren't they cute?
We are totes adorbs.
But yeah,
What's the neon?
the like
The handle.
Oh.
maybe it glows
Do
in
they
the
glow
dark.
in the dark?
I don't know.
Turn off
I
the
don't
lights.
think so.
Let's find out.
Well, you got to
This
go
guy
hit the
glows
switch
in the
down
dark.
there. Or
Oh,
you
that's
twist
really
your
far away.
hand
That's
or
really
click
hot.
that. Yeah. Well, you
Maybe
could
a
click
touch light
it.
bulb. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Hold on. We're going to try this.
we're gonna for science. I don't think it's gonna glow. Plus, we've got the computer screens.
Well, you just shut down your computer.
Oh, you're right. They did that wrong.
I don't
It's
think
not
it's
glowing.
glowing.
No, I don't see any glowing.
No glow.
No glow.
No glow.
Everyone's probably like, "What just happened?" That was unintentional, everyone. We meant to turn the lights off. So, what's everyone else's thoughts with the new program?
Have you heard about this, Fern?
Hmm.
The Lightning Lane Premier Pass?
I don't think I talked to him about it.
You pay like $300 to $400, and you don't have to be on the phone. You can just
Show
go
up.
to each Lightning Lane attraction once per day, and just get on.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. It encourages elitism and forces out people that have.
Well,
families
they're
and-
keeping the multi-pass and the single. This is just one where
It's added.
the only difference is you don't have to be on your phone.
Whatever happened to the good old days when you just showed up, you got in the queue, and you got there when you got there.
Yeah.
Vern, I have never loved you so much as I do right now.
Thank you.
Yep, Donna. Yep, pricey. Lee, I agree. It makes it. The only way I feel like this makes sense is if they eliminate the 32 current dollar
Donna's
version.
with you, Vern.
Yep. I see that. Yeah.
That's gotta be it, Megan, because that's really the only people that it would appeal to currently. Because especially if you still have the $32 multi-pass thing, why would it is worth what a couple $100 to just look at your phone every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
really,
if the $400 is going to clog up the lightning lane more. Because
really
don't
feel-
VIP
well, just-
go in the lightning lane anyway?
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
I really feel like this has got to be something on the horizon and that they're switching the program. I hope beyond hope, because if they switch the program, it's still available for those that want it, but it also helps make our standbys go quicker because there would be less people jumping in the lightning lane. And so the mix thing would be much more balanced than what it is currently. But I just think of things like Indiana Jones, where the lightning lane merges in. That's not always necessarily helpful. You still might
No.
have quite a wait. So it's interesting.
This is Josh Tomorrow's plan? Like what do you mean, Donna? So, Megan, when you go once a year, how many days do you go for? That's my question.
Well, it depends, because kids. So how hard are you able to
I mean, that's the question,
attack
too.
the park?
Yeah.
Because kids are different.
4. And you go with kids, too?
Mhm.
Yeah. Because I feel like 4, I don't know about the kids, but I know 4 for us is we can get around and get to everything we want to go on.
But it's a lot easier.
Oh,
with
11 and a
adults.
4-year-old, too,
Yeah,
yep.
It's
Yeah.
a lot easier with adults because we can make our own decisions.
Yeah.
We can
Yep.
catch up if we have to. Somebody's got to go to the restroom. Everybody else wants to go ahead. The other one can catch up. You got an 11-year-old and a 4-year-old. That slows you down exponentially.
But now here's the question. If there wasn't Fast Pass Lightning Lane at all, and the standby queues moved at a decent pace, would this be even necessary? That is the question.
I don't think so.
I think
hi,
they
Piper.
need something, because you got to think of people that I think of my cousin who just did Universal, and they had literally the one day, and the only way to get through everything was to do the VIP experience.
Mhm.
Granted, their VIP experience is more reasonably priced than Disneyland's, but I get the one-time splurge.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for us to think of it that way since we go to the park so often, so we don't feel the same need to make sure you get on everything. Pre all of this, even with Fast Pass, and I'm talking printed Fast Pass machine Fast Passes, I felt 3 days was the good time for Vern and I to be able to go and get most, if not everything, done. And for sure everything done that we wanted to do, if not checking off and doing all of the things. So I do think that this makes sense for smaller quantities of people to be able to do. To maybe it's just the one day, 2 parks. You're not gonna get everything done if you don't have something like this.
Anyway, we should move on from the...
That was the topic.
No, but I'm saying we should move on from whether we think it should be a thing at all.
Oh, yeah.
And move back to this $400 thing, because I don't think you're
Well, that's
ever
what I'm
going to
saying.
convince me. I don't think
That's
you're
what I'm
ever going to
saying.
convince me that this should exist.
No, I think if you have some sort of skip ahead the line program, this is the way you do it.
Yeah, but
Is
my
have this
my
higher-
question though is,
higher
I
price.
don't know if they'll get rid of the lower price one, because don't you think that they would have done that at the same time that they announced the higher
We were
price
just
one?
talking about this with the Patreons or our Patreons. So every time that we have a live stream, before that we have a group Zoom call with us supporters. I don't remember the level off the cast members and above level And we were just talking about this, and Olivia made a really good point that would it make sense to roll this out while also taking the other one away, because people were already mad about the new thing and the price thing. You would have probably just made everybody even more mad if you would have said we're getting rid of the current version as well.
Yeah, but now you're gonna get two people mad twice because they're all mad about the
it's like,
price and whatever. And now
get
they're
mad, they calm down. They get mad, they calm down.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather just
No,
have
this is
get mad
good,
and then calm down?
Because this makes me feel like they're gonna. Because right, we had ticket price increases talked,
Sure.
and then they talked about, so everyone got upset at ticket increases.
Sure.
And then everyone calmed down because then they talked about Paint the Night might be coming back. So we're just let's just focus on the upswing. So this was another like bad news.
So what's the upswing going to be?
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I'm hoping.
Paint the Night date, and then everybody will
Yeah,
be
there you
all
go.
about that.
There you go.
What were you saying about? Okay, I still want to talk about this, but what were you talking about earlier? I saw in the Discord you posted something about like there's gonna be a Paint the Night song on Dancing with the Stars.
There is. So this was Olivia again in our Discord chat was saying that one of the songs for Disney Night is "When Can I See You Again?"
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, "Oh, do you think that has something to do?" Because that's right, the Paint the Night, I don't know, theme song or whatever you want to call it. And I think I didn't have a chance to go double check my thought process, but I have a tickle in my brain. If you're a Dancing with the Stars person, you can probably clear this up for us. I think they did I think they announced, or at least like teased, Main Street Electrical Parade at Dancing with the Stars Disney Night. Like I think they had like some of the
Well, didn't they
the
have
little
like the floats
floats
out? Yeah.
Yeah, they had like the little floats at Disney Night.
Mm-hmm.
One of the times that one of the times that Main Street Electrical Parade was coming back. So I'm hoping that maybe, right? We were talking about synergy. We talk about synergy at the parks a lot. So this is kind of interesting because this is synergy with one of the TV shows about the parks. Usually it's a TV show showing up in the park. This is the park potentially showing up in a TV show. So anyways, I'm very excited. Because I'm hoping I might just be looking into this and maybe it's nothing. But I'm hoping. Tara, I'm too confused to get mad.
I'm also wondering. I don't want to get off topic. We can come back to this in the future or whatever. But it just reminded me when I was trying to log into Disney Plus. The Disney Plus price increased again.
Disney Plus price increased again. Which, of course, then I'm getting to this point. They suckered us in at D23 when they first launched it. We got it's like $150 for 3 years or something that we got to pay.
And now it's $153 for 1 year.
Now it's that for 1 year. So it's like, oh no. But yeah, it's my own fault.
All they're doing, I will freely admit this on the open internet. All they're doing is making me want to not do it and pirate all their shows.
Tara and Courtney, you are 100% correct. It is from the Wreck-It Ralph film, but it is also the song that is like the main song for Paint the Night Parade. And they just a couple of days earlier teased that Paint the Night is coming back. So
I'm trying to see so they had it on. What season was this? This was 2020.
yeah. So it could just be a Wreck-It Ralph thing, but us park people are being nutsos and like, is it more Paint the Night news? Because they didn't, they just teased that Paint the Night existed. They didn't say it was coming back to Disneyland. They didn't say when it was coming back, nothing. It was the Disneyland park social media that did the tease, and then there's been nothing with just a little thing that said something like more information to come.
Yeah. I'm just hoping selfishly that it comes before the end of February.
If not, we'll be in the parks and you'll be able to see it.
But still.
I think you really only got to see it that one trip and you just watched it a bazillion times, so you felt like you watched it
now
for
I feel
years.
ridiculous because I love this parade so much, and yet it may have only been one trip almost 10 years ago. Because we were always there during the holidays. Megan...
Oh, there's
in
no
our
Megan.
episode last week that we talked about Paint the Night, it was at the parks for the holidays. So yeah, but Donna, the thing is Disney picks different times to do things. Like, is it coming back? It's not coming back in July. Is it coming back in May?
So it'll be for the 70th anniversary, which will be celebrated for the
Sometime-
year.
Yeah.
If not, usually sometimes it's like an 18-month celebration, which I'm all
Right.
for. I like it.
But they usually start it before the summer.
But yeah,
not in
this
July.
is definitely one of the like things I'm sure for the 70th anniversary.
I will get you the specific information, Megan, because if you didn't listen to the most recent episode, or haven't had a chance to listen, so it was in the holiday season at Disneyland,
No, Megan, I think the electrical parade
2016.
the electrical parade was there in 2019.
Yeah, and 2022.
Yeah. And Paint the Night, the last year Paint the Night was at the resort. It was in DCA and it was 2018.
Yeah. Yeah, so in Disneyland, at the end of 2016, they did, and into the first week of 2017, that's when they did it for the holiday season. So back in 2016 and 2017.
But I mean, this parade is super, like, so many people love it. And it really wasn't at the parks that long. It was, 2015 to 2018 total.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. And there was a break because it wasn't running all of 2017. It came back in 2018. So 2015, 2016, and then... So really, 3 years. 3
Yeah.
years is what it was actually, like, physically going for.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It wasn't holiday
no,
themed.
it
It was
wasn't.
just the regular parade. Okay. Are we done with the lightning lane, or do we need to come
I
back
think
to
so.
it?
I think
Okay.
we've moved. Does anybody else have anything they want to discuss about the changes to the Lightning Lane program?
I'm trying to look
Are we all
real quick.
feeling all right with this? Are we good? Are we good
I think we have to wait and see what happens.
discussing? Do we feel like we understand what it is now? And I don't think anybody's happy about it. But we at least understand what the change is and have been able to vent with the frustration. When does it start again? It starts this week, Courtney. The 23rd is the only date that it's been talked about. We're not sure if that means...
For the lightning lane.
Yep, for the Premier Lightning Lane.
Oh, Tara. She sold no lightning lanes.
What, Tara, what are you in Teg's camp for?
Saying
Teg's got a lot of
no
different
lightning
camps.
lanes right here.
Oh, got it.
I'm trying to see. I don't want this. I want
No worries, Courtney. Yeah, it starts... The 23rd is the only date that they've shared, and they've said that it's available for purchase 2 days before your park trip. So we're not sure if that means it goes on sale the 21st so you can use it the 23rd, or if that means it goes on sale the 23rd to then be able to use it the 25th. We'll know tomorrow. We will for sure know tomorrow. I wish, and there's no way to figure out how, but I would be so curious to figure out how many people splurge and actually
do
purchase.
the big one.
Yeah, because they're gonna mix in with just the regular multi-pass Lightning Lane folks, so it'd be hard to know.
Well, I mean, yeah, you'd have to watch and see how many people don't show. I mean, but they still have to scan a pass.
Scan, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna be easy to catch, but anyways. Highest sales during the holidays, most likely, because there's probably a lot of single visit folks visiting for the holiday.
I'm trying to find a recent picture of the train station because I've been meaning to look that up. But the scrim's down.
The scrims are there, like the scaffolding's still there, but the scrims are.
That's what I wanted to
Yep.
see.
Where did I see that? Social
Fresh
media.
baked. I know had it, but
Yeah.
I was
I've seen
looking
it
on the internet because I wanted to see if they had anything different. Did you see the train was
The
running?
train's running too. Yes, very, very exciting. Very exciting.
I wanted to see a better version of this. Oh well.
I don't know. I'm just hopeful because it's coming. It's around the corner.
Yeah.
Especially if the trains are actually running. That means the track has all been finished up what they were working on. One thing we haven't been able to really see, and maybe David over at Fresh Baked has been touching on this in construction updates. I haven't heard anything about the New Orleans Square train station. And if any work's been done with that or not, or maybe you can't really see it from, behind all the construction that's happening with the queue.
Yeah.
But yeah. Megan, I splurge on a lot of things. Lightning Lane, Princess Breakfast, etc. I could not imagine doing this. I mean, yeah, for a family of 4, ish. Even at the low end, that's $1,200 if it's only, loose air quotes, only $300 a day. That's wild. But again, $1,200 if you're somebody that was gonna be purchasing the VIP tour, $1,200 is cheaper than,
but that's only one
like,
day.
$4,000.
Yeah.
So for the VIP tour, 4,000, 5,000, whatever that is. So yeah, it's
Tara, yes, I think all the construction
100%,
is
yeah.
getting ready for 70. So you may not remember, but back for the 50th, when we met was the president of the resort. This feels very similar to that they were like, oh, we've kind of neglected a lot of things around the park.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should make it look nice for a high-profile anniversary celebration.
Yeah. The other thing, too, that I think of that this reminds me of was Project Stardust, when they had some, Galaxy's Edge was happening and they were reworking and redoing some stuff to help the flow of the park better. I'm still going to argue that those poor planters didn't need to go, but they didn't ask me.
Here looks like some...
But yeah, 100%. It's all prepping for the 70th anniversary. They want this park looking her best for such a big
Oh, good. They've redone the
birthday.
roofing on the Main Street station.
There you go. Perhaps they've also updated all your lights.
I mean, they
Next
had
time
to
you
have.
go there, all the lights will be working on the train station.
I certainly hope so.
I love that picture because it looks like Mickey's wearing a hat.
This
Do you
one?
want to share that with
Where's
everyone so they know what we're
Mickey
talking
wearing
about?
a hat? I don't know what you're talking
It's an umbrella. There's an umbrella.
about. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Let me, let's see. 1 second. You're going to get blank screen for a second.
There it is. There's what makes me laugh is like Mickey wearing a hat. Thank you, umbrella.
Like a beret.
Yeah. I feel bad for like folks visiting, maybe it's their one and only trip or their once every few years trip and they wanted a nice photo with the topiary. I'm curious what the PhotoPass photographers are doing creatively while all of this construction is happening, especially now when the scrims are all up. It wasn't, not as terrible looking when they at least had the scrims down.
Like this?
Yeah, because like in a photo that wouldn't look
Terrible.
terrible.
You know what though? You could take.
Not
There's so many other
great.
places you could take a photo. You could
Oh,
take a
no,
photo
I
for
know.
the castle. I think the castle's the hardest one
Yeah, remember? Well,
because
wasn't
the
that
castle.
part of the Project Stardust when they
It
were
was, but they had
redoing
the
the
old.
castle.
They had the old
Scrim?
Herb Ryman drawing of the castle. I was just trying to see if there was any other like better shots. I guess not. I guess that's all I'm gonna get, but that's okay.
Yeah. More to come. More to come on the poor train station.
Me and my mom try to get creative.
And cut out the
station.
train
Yeah.
station entirely. Yeah, I feel like that's the only way that you'd be able to go.
Yeah, Megan, I tell you, if you would have been able to go to the 50th, I think the 50th anniversary was like the best celebration of Disney parks that they've ever done.
That's your favorite fireworks show?
Well, the fireworks show was amazing.
Yes.
If they brought back, if it never happened for the 50th and they were to premiere this fireworks show, which is Remember Dreams Come True, if they were to premiere that for the 70th, like it had never been, people would lose their minds.
Maybe
at
it's
how awesome
coming
it was.
back.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
It cost too.
You
They
never
couldn't.
know.
They couldn't do it in today Disneyland because there's too many areas of the park that they had to close off because they had stuff
Oh.
launching from the Plaza Inn and
Got
Jolly
it.
Holiday, so they had entire lots of sections of the park that were like you can't go.
Oh, sure.
We think
yeah,
about
that'd
how
be really
75th might be a drone show. In fact, the 70th might even be a drone
Could be.
show. Who knows?
Could be. Isn't that wild that drones, I mean, drones are the future of Disney parks. We know this, but the fact, come on. When were we talked about this recently on a podcast episode that drones were part of the original thought process of World of Color.
In
That just
2010.
blows my mind.
In 2010.
Yeah, in 2010. Absolutely blows my mind. But yeah, just incredible. Absolutely nuts.
Tara, I hate to tell you this, but I feel like Disney, I know it seems like they don't, like, whatever comes out seems like it's, like, maybe behind sometimes. But like Teresa just said, they were talking about drones in 2010, which was before anybody else was thinking about it. So just because we don't see it doesn't mean that they're not thinking about all of these things.
Or trying to figure out logistics and whatever.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that we don't know. Like the big thing, especially with drones, would be like the airspace and the fact that you're right on top of other businesses and neighborhoods and stuff. Whereas World, they've got so much space, so you don't have to worry about like noise stuff the same way because you don't have neighbors right there.
Right.
So I'm sure it's just way more complicated at Disneyland. But I still cannot wrap my head around the fact that drones were very much considered with World of Color and very much in the plan. That's just crazy. That makes me sad because that was at the Nighttime Spectacular plan or panel at D23 that we weren't able to go to.
That we wanted to.
That they were talking about this. I would have been like on the edge of my seat, like, what? Tell me more. Give us all the details, all the behind the scenes stuff. But yeah.
I mean, that's a question, right? Like who's
know.
in charge of it? I don't know.
Could be are there drones? I don't know enough about California in general. But, like, is it a state thing? Are there drones allowed for other things? I think there's... Angel Stadium
but
did drones.
But the difference is the rules for, like commercial
stadium.
drones versus rules for,
Sure.
you know, regular drones.
Sure.
So...
Yeah,
I think
so
that's the difference.
because they had them, I want to say it was at Angel Stadium.
Maybe next...
They had a drone show.
Maybe next month for our topic of discussion on
drones?
our thing. No. We should talk about what we want to see for the 70th. Like what we think they're going to announce, like a parade or a fireworks show.
Okay, well, the thing like that I would have had in my back pocket would have been Paint the Night, but that's kind of a given now.
Well, we have a month now to think about it.
We've got time.
Think about it.
A month?
Yeah,
Did you
but
say
for our next for our next topic of this.
Got it. I was thinking,
do you want to do it for
I was
the
thinking
discussion for the
bonus
episode?
was what I was thinking you were saying. But
oh yeah, because we have an interview this week, so okay.
Yep. Yeah. We do. We have an interview tomorrow.
Now the question is Paint the Night coming to Disneyland or California Adventure? Because they didn't specify anything.
Yeah.
The last time I was there, it was in California Adventure.
My vote would be California Adventure, but I could see them doing Disneyland because it's Disneyland's 70th anniversary, not DCA's.
You're gonna think that I've been impostered because I'm gonna say something.
Okay.
What they should do if they want to really make a big bang for the 70th is they should put Paint the Night in DCA with World of Color.
Mm-hmm.
They should keep Magic Happens for the daytime at Disneyland and do the Electrical Parade at night. And I know I just said bring the Electrical Parade. Yes, but I think the Electrical Parade should finally be taken out back and let it go.
I think they can both exist. And honestly, it makes sense for Paint the Night to exist in California, DCA, because it's more
Pixar-y
like
stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's more Pixar-y, but it's also like newer, and that's the newer park.
Yeah.
Whereas Disneyland's the classic, so have the classic nighttime parade at Disneyland. Gosh, but then that'd be the worst, because I would be the person that would be not you wouldn't be this person, but I would be the person that would want to see both, and I'd be very annoyed that I wouldn't be able to probably bounce back and forth to be able to see both parades.
But Tara, the federal no-fly zone that exists into the area of Anaheim is because of Disneyland.
Yeah.
So that's like a whole other thing. But yes. Yeah, I mean, I think I really want to get back to when I was a kid at Disneyland, which is they had a daytime parade and a nighttime parade. And they still had Fantasmic, and they still actually in my perfect world, what I want to see Disneyland do is I want to see Disneyland open until 1 a.m. I want to see a fireworks show. I want to see 3 Fantasmics in an evening, because when they were open till 1, they would do 3 in an evening.
Right, yeah.
I want to see a daytime parade and a nighttime parade, and they ran the daytime parade twice, and they ran the nighttime parade twice.
Jeepers.
So, boom.
You know what's crazy is, like, in you saying that, I'm thinking of the cast member effort to put those things on.
Yeah.
The fact that the cast
They
members
used to
had
do
to
it,
put
though.
three
Phantasmics.
three Phantasmics
Yeah.
on in a night. Like, I can't imagine how exhausting 2 might be.
Megan, they can
Same
hire
thing with
people.
the parades.
Yeah.
You know, wow, that'd be
You
so
could
exhausting.
you could cross train though the parade folk. Like you could do like if you schedule it right, you could have them come in and the first parade could be like mid-afternoon and then late afternoon
Yeah.
and then you could have the same people change.
Thanks for joining, Courtney. Have a good night.
Yeah, bye Courtney.
But yeah, I'm just thinking too, like space for all of the different parade floats. You know, if you have 2 parades backstage,
They've done that before. I mean, what do you
but
think?
but we used to have different backstages dwindling
yeah.
with all of the expansions. Yes, Lee. Yes, yes, yes. Bring the shows back to the theaters. 100%. Maybe we'll get another announcement, and maybe that'll be part of the 70th.
I'd also
I feel
like to
that's
see
like an easy one for
the
them.
red
to
car trolley boys come back.
do. And easy. I know it's not easy to like design and do a new show, but like they already have the theater space.
Yeah. I'd like them to do the red car trolley boys again. That was cool.
That
Or the
was
news
fun.
boys or whatever it was.
Oh, Tara, that's sad.
Yeah. But they should do that. I think DCA needs a daytime parade too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The thing though is like I was thinking about that when we were talking about just parades in general. And what kind of parade would you design for DCA? I think the Pixar, I can't remember what it was called.
Pixar Play Parade.
Together Forever
Oh, Together Forever.
was the new one, wasn't
They
it?
could do that.
Or was Together Forever the fireworks? I feel like a very bad person. But would it still
Together
be
Forever was the parade because it was better together
Better
or whatever.
Together? That
Yeah.
was it. Better Together. But yeah, would you do a better like a Pixar themed parade?
I don't think it matters. I think people just want a parade.
Oh, that's fair.
The problem with a daytime parade at DCA, though, now that I'm thinking about it, is food booths are in the parade route.
Oh, yeah.
But you could move the food booths to not the parade route.
Mm-hmm. You could.
You know where they could do it? They could have the food booths all be in that stupid warehouse that's empty right now. Until
Oh,
they
and just
put
have
something
like a
there.
pavilion, kind of like
Yes.
at Epcot, where they just
Yes.
have that big play. I don't even know what it's called. It's like the festival pavilion or something. But yeah.
Yeah, I would say a parade requires floats. A cavalcade is something that doesn't quite require floats. Like you can have people walking or have like the Main Street vehicles or
Yeah.
whatever.
And usually cavalcades have like one float.
They do parades during the food festivals?
And,
But not when
yeah.
the booths are open, though.
The
'cause that would be
Eureka
weird.
Parade, Lee.
That
Doing a
I think,
throwback.
I think the Eureka Parade is not of this time. I think that there are enough culturally insensitive things that were in that parade that I'm pretty sure that people would protest and that would never come back.
I never saw it, so I don't have any reference to
I'm not
that.
even a person who has a lot of cultural sensitivity, and I look at it and cringe and go like, there's just a lot of stereotypes in it.
Yeah, that's not good. That is not good then. No, I don't know. Yeah, I've never
It was
seen
a
it.
cool parade.
Was
It
that
is
back when it first opened?
yes.
DCA
It was
1.0?
It was cringy, but the music was kind of catchy. Like sometimes, you know how something sometimes is so bad, you kind of like it because of how bad it was. That's my feeling of the Eureka Parade. Like I don't want to see it ever again, but the music is like catchy in a weird way to me.
Maybe stay with me. DCA Entertainment.
Okay.
Let's bring back the Mad Tea Party. We
That would be
know
so
the
easy, too.
costumes are ready to go.
Oh,
We
my
saw them
goodness.
at D23. But yeah, we know they're ready to go. And
Does it-
those vocals were killer.
You really
good.
like
I
that
was,
for sure.
Oh, I loved it. Like that could have been the whole Parks panel. Okay, maybe not the whole Parks panel, but you know what I mean. Like, loved it. It was awesome. And again, I thought that was easy for them to like. That could have been an announcement, but it wasn't. So maybe it's coming. Maybe it's coming. Time will tell. I am getting very antsy though and anxious for the 70th. The official announcements for what they're doing for the 70th, because I think they're going big. I have a feeling. But we're not going to hear about. I don't know. We might not hear about it until like January because it might be just very holiday time focused. So we'll see.
Mm.
We'll see. We'll see. Eureka
What
was
would
inspired
be
by
between
Epcot.
a cavalcade and a parade, though?
Yeah, there isn't really a term. It's short parade.
So the Eureka Parade was all about California, and since California Adventure isn't really about California, I'm honestly surprised that they haven't renamed the park yet.
It's
But
still an adventure, and it's in California.
I'm surprised they just haven't called it like Disney's Adventure Park.
Oh.
I mean, they are picking pretty crappy names for
Yeah,
stuff like that
I don't.
now.
I don't know. I don't think. To me, it doesn't. I don't know. Like, I don't. How do I say this? I went to California Adventure when it was California themed,
Yeah.
and obviously I've been to it recently when it's not California themed, and it doesn't feel weird to me that it's still called the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's still an adventure it's in California. It's not an adventure about California, which was the original.
Sure.
But yeah.
I'm trying to. Maybe I'll have to pull it up on here. I could probably pull it up on here now that I'm thinking about it. Eureka. No. What am I doing? I mean, you could use some small vehicles, but then it's hard because then it's like people are like, well, this seems like a cheap parade.
Yeah, I just feel like with parades with Disney, their parades have to be like spectacular because that's one of it's kind of what they're known for. When they shifted and had more of the cavalcades, I remember a lot of people getting all excited thinking that it was going to be like this big parade and people were like lining up the streets, and then it was just like this one little like moving party thing, and that was it, and people were kind of like, huh? Like confused about it. And I think it's because we're used to the spectacular things. Like there's a fire-breathing dragon, mechanical dragon in Walt Disney World for their daytime parade. Like you see crazy cool things. You're expecting to see like your favorite characters and princesses and such. So, yeah.
So here, I found a video, and like, like this is by the front of the park or whatever when it was still the Golden Gate Bridge and everything. Like,
Look at how much, like how easy it was to get a spot to watch that parade. There's like no people.
it's because it was not a very popular park when it opened, Teresa.
Still though, they've got some really cool puppets that they got going on there. Was that like a giant sand castle?
It is a giant sand castle for LA.
Oh.
I wonder if I should hold on. Can I show this on the stream? I can. So if I do this,
We'll put a link in to the they've got those big like fan things.
yeah, there's like some stilt walkers and stuff later. I want to say
Some cool kite
Here's
things.
a
There's
giant
another like sand thing.
sand car with a person in it.
Oh, this
With like some skateboard people. Like I don't even remember this float, to be honest. So this is kind of fun.
there's a surfer on the front of it.
Here's some stilt walkers. Or no, that's not stilt walkers. I don't know what's going on here, to be honest with you.
They're like giant
Here.
like
Stilt walkers for the Golden Gate Bridge.
oh. Interesting. I like how it's like in front of the other Golden Gate Bridge.
Right? Yeah. So there's just a lot going on.
No,
here.
I have not seen a single Disney character.
No, there was no Disney
Yeah.
characters.
Interesting.
But yeah, anyway.
They can do better. I know they can do better. And it's got to be character filled because, right, that's what people visit Disney parks to see their characters. So I think it makes total sense to have characters in parades.
Is this like a video from...
You know what I like, though, is like characters in parades, but when it's like rare characters, not just like the ones that you can also just see in the parks.
Sure.
So I like when it's unique characters that are in the parades.
Yeah, people didn't seem very super excited about the parade. Because there was no Disney characters. It was all... I mean, they did some cool... Like, here, if I share this again. This is a different one. This is the cast member preview. But, like, this is kind of a cool
Like the
giant
dancers.
float. like the
he's
size.
he's in the bird thing with playing the drums.
Yeah.
Like it's a cool puppet
But like
thing.
look how big this like float is.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big float.
Yeah.
Yeah, DCA was too hip and edgy for Disney characters. Oh look, old Pixar Pier or Paradise
Yeah,
Pier in
Paradise
the
Pier.
background.
Anyways,
Yeah,
enough
so they
of
have a
this
lot of
very,
stuff.
very old parade.
But if you listen to the lyrics and the style of music from that parade, if you go look it up on YouTube, there's just some things like when they go to like the Chinatown area, it's very like stereotypical,
Gotcha.
like
It's
that
not,
kind of
yeah.
feel.
Yeah,
And
that's not good. Not good.
well, see, Tara, this also happened. It was probably the Millennium Parade in Epcot, but like Epcot didn't have a lot of Disney characters when they started stuff
No,
either.
yeah.
So, and people were like, "We go to a Disney park to see Disney characters. Like, you don't go to a
Yeah.
Disney park to not see Disney characters."
They set it up to be a foodie paradise, which makes sense why all the food festivals are happening over in DCA and there's no food festivals in Disneyland.
Do you know what I wonder? I mean, I know that
Lots of things.
I know that it's a thing to get people into the theme parks, but why could they not put a bunch of food booths in like the Esplanade, and people could come and buy food at the food booths in the Esplanade?
That'd be cool.
Because then you don't like people
Or
will
just
still come
in downtown Disney.
Yeah,
Or maybe have the stops be the restaurants that are in downtown Disney instead of having separate
Wow.
food booths.
yeah,
That'd be cool too.
yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, enough of DCH 1.0. We're looking forward to the 70th, so we're
Yeah.
looking towards the future. You know what? We have not heard an announcement of yet. We've heard it for Walt Disney World, but not for Disneyland. The Candlelight Processional.
We don't ever hear about that though till
No.
like the holidays start.
Yeah, but that's gotta be
Well, the train station's not even out from
the
behind
train
scaffolding
station.
yet.
There's no way that the train station's not completed
Well, yes, of
prior
course.
to that. So
I was actually surprised at how quickly they got a train on the tracks because like last
Yeah.
week's Fresh Baked construction video, they were still like laying some
Yeah.
track down, and the fact that like Wednesday of this week or something, they were like on
yeah,
the track.
there was a train going around. It was just crazy, just crazy.
That's a great question. I don't know when the holidays start at Walt Disney World.
I'm not sure.
That's over on WDW Weekly.
And no, we are not starting
No.
a Walt Disney World
No.
podcast.
No.
That was a joke.
Yes. Yes.
There's not many other aspects of Disney that I would feel confident enough to start a podcast on other than Disneyland, obviously. Maybe because I'm such a nut for the cruise line and I feel like you're all excited about the cruise line. Maybe, but I mean, even that, we're
No.
total noobs. We're
I
total
think-
noobs.
I think it's too expensive. Well, maybe not. I think it's too expensive to go on the cruise line enough
To be
to be
up to date on
up
it.
to date on everything.
Sure.
I know
Yeah.
a lot of stuff doesn't change that often, but like you'd
I
have
see what
to
you're saying, though.
we would have to go on every ship.
I don't see
We
a
would have to
problem.
go to both islands. We would have to go for every holiday
Yeah.
to get anywhere near the level of knowledge that we have
that's true.
about Disneyland.
That's true. But yeah, just wild.
The other
Well,
thing too
Disney
with
World begins November 12th.
the other thing too, Tara, about the Candlelight Processional at Disney World is they have it over like many, many nights, and they have many, many more speakers than Disneyland does.
Well, we're talking about if they set up like a food festival, like festival booths. Like, you know how they had the special festival booths in DCA? We're talking about if they set up like a food festival in downtown Disney
Instead of DCA.
with like festival booths. So it'd be in
Yeah.
addition to the food locations that are there already.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they could somehow partner with the food locations, and so the current locations could also be stops.
But the problem
So
with,
yeah, but no, I know exactly what you're talking about. You've got the pickle, the what is it, blue ribbon corn dog. You've got the churro place. There's
the chicken
the
place.
chicken place. That'd be kind of cool. You could put it like where those booths already are, because those booths are only on one side of that walkway. You've got space.
Where?
But anyways, on the bridge where like the blue ribbon corn dog.
Oh
and
yeah.
the chicken place.
Now the only problem I have with like adding like booth food stuff like to the existing locations is it feels like some of those existing locations get really busy
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh yeah. No, they'd have to have like a separate little, like they would have a booth.
Yeah.
So like Naples would have a booth.
Sure.
Not,
Oh, okay.
you know, not go to Naples.
Sure.
Like the booth would be, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure logistically would be probably not great. So that's
Mm-hmm.
probably why it hasn't happened. But it'd be cool. It would be cool if they did, or just space, right? But yeah. Anyways, we have all sorts of fun ideas of things that could be done. But I'm sure these ideas have been brought to the table, and I'm sure there's
Talked about at some point.
and I'm sure there's reasonings as to why it wouldn't work that we just don't know.
Well, and like I said, I think one of the reasons that they do the food fest at DCA is to bring people into DCA,
Yeah. And they're crazy
make it a
popular.
destination. Yeah.
Crazy popular. I mean, if I were a local, I would totally just get my little foodie card and like eat my way through, maybe like pick one day a week, go do dinner and like kind of eat my way through each food festival. I would love that. That'd be so fun.
With the amount of food that came out, especially this last year, the only way you could have had everything that you wanted was by living there.
Yeah.
Ooh, inside the old
There
ESPN
you go,
building. That's
Kevin.
a good idea.
Good job. I feel bad. I forget that's just
I
a
do
big old nothing. I think there are some. What did someone tell us that there's like Disney, not Institute, Disney
There's something that they do
with the music program. There's some
Yeah.
sort of
They practice or something in there.
something with like the high school music programs that do trips there. I
Yeah.
think they have like sound stages or something like that. So it is being used for something, just nothing for the average guest.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that. Make it not backstage space and make it more
We talked about
guest
this.
friendly.
When did we talk about this? We talked about this recently about how maybe it was on a Hub Crawl, where we talked about for a resort that talks about how much they don't have space, there sure is a lot of like wasted space, like ESPN Zone and the Star Wars
Rainforest
Trading
Cafe
Post
slash-
could have been like whatever.
I'm sure those. I just feel like. Right? Do you think it's really an empty shell back in some of these places? Or are they being used for other things that we just don't know about?
They could be, but the thing
Like
is
maybe
it looks
storage or-
bad for guests.
Yeah.
Like put a building somewhere else.
Yeah. But it is what it is. I'm still surprised that the Star Wars Trading Post was kind of like this temporary thing
That stayed.
that stayed and kind of accidentally became permanent.
I think they should turn the rest of that. They should dust off the dust of the kitchen and everything and make it a Star Wars restaurant.
Star Wars themed restaurant.
Do you know how much
That'd be
money they could
so
roll in
cool.
with that?
Oh, it'd be so good. And especially like having themed dining in in downtown Disney, because everything's not really like immersively themed like a Star Wars dining experience. You know
I
what
have
I mean?
an idea. What if ESPN Zone, Trading Post, whatever, what if they made a restaurant that had specific seating times? So
Okay.
like let's say like a 6 p.m., like a 7:30,
Sure.
like a 9, and you go in and you sit down, you order your food, and there's a show.
Yeah.
Like on a cruise
so
ship.
I was just thinking like if they did a Star Wars themed restaurant, if
Yeah.
you did like what the Galactic Star
Yeah.
Cruiser did, where they had the performance and like
Mhm.
the specific time. Yeah, exactly.
That would be really cool.
Plus, they have all that stuff from the Galactic Star Cruiser.
I mean, that's true.
that could be put to good use.
I wonder. I need to look that up sometime. Like, what are they doing? Like, because the rumor was that they were going to knock it down, but I don't think they've knocked it down. The Galactic Star.
No,
Cruiser.
I just saw aerial photos of it the other day.
Oh, okay.
Granted, I don't know the timestamp of said photos, but no, I don't think. I think it's still. I think
Where
it's
did
still
like
there.
was that in some story somewhere talking about how it's still there?
I don't remember where it was. I saw it. So this is what I do. I either look at Disneyland specific news sites,
Okay.
or I am looking at social media. So I must have seen the Galactic Star Cruiser on social
Sure.
media because it's not Disneyland specific. But yeah, I don't know. Lots of cool things I feel like they could do with some of the unused guest spaces in Downtown
Well, I just think
Disney.
of things that Disney's so good at, right? Like entertainment things. Like
Mhm.
we want more entertainment, so why don't you couple it with like a dinner, make it kind of an expensive premium thing, and then
That'd
there
be
you
so,
go.
I mean, that'd be so fun.
You
That'd be
know that
so
it would
cool.
book out. Like reservations would go like that.
Have it be like an interactive experience as well.
Mhm.
Be super cool.
That's what Teresa and I did. We split a sip and savor pass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, Vern would love a churros festival.
I still think they need to do like a churro tasting passport or something whenever they come out with these seasonal churros and there's like 12 of them to try. That you should get some sort of like
A churro flight.
no. Like you have like a little passport and you just stamp at each thing and then
Oh.
like you can turn it in for a prize or something.
I
at
want a
the
churro
end. I think
flight
that'd be so fun.
where you get like all the different ones, but like a bite of each.
Mini churros.
Yeah.
A mini churro flight.
Although I will laugh because Teresa did try to get Vern to. We went to a pumpkin thing in Minneapolis last night, and Teresa was like, "Oh, they have like churro bite things," and Vern goes, "I only get Disney churros," which is right after I said like there was something else we were talking about, and I said Disney's ruined me. I only get like Disney of whatever
I
it was.
can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah. But it was so funny because then Vern's like, "Nope, I only eat Disney churros," and we're
only
like, "See,
Disneyland
he's
chur-
got
and
it
it
too."
was Disneyland churros, not just Disney churros.
Well, Disney World churros are awful.
they're different. We'll be nice and say they're different. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, well, there's if you get involved in the DL Weekly Discord chat, which a lot of people have, people coordinate. In
Yeah.
fact, we just had a group of weekly tiers go and meet up together and have like a trip down there, which was really cool. And two of them met Bob Iger and Josh Damaro.
That's true. While they were on their
Yeah.
little trip. Kevin, that's cool. A Star Wars themed restaurant with a show like medieval times, so you can see the fight and like the whatever story unfold. That'd be so cool.
That would be cool.
And you
I don't
could
want to
be
eat with my
team-
hands though.
Team whoever, I don't know, Jedi or Sith, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be like the blue knight and the green knight.
Well, that was the other thing. Teresa made fun of me last night. We ate dinner, and I got this thing. It was like a crab
made fun of
leg,
you.
and I had. Well, you were laughing at me because how much I hate eating with
Yeah.
my hands, and my hands were gross, and I was like, this is really good, but I don't know if it's worth this. I'm the guy that eats hamburgers with a fork and knife, and
Yeah.
basically everything. With a
So
fork
when
and
he
knife.
got a crab boil, I was like, okay.
well, I thought maybe it would be more accessible.
No.
Yeah, see, Tara, when
Yeah.
people post where they're going, and then they meet
It's
up.
so fun. It's so fun. But
The
yeah.
community is like the best part of our podcast. Like, yes, listening to it and learning all that is wonderful, but the community really is the best part of it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Even if we ever stop doing the show, I think the community will like hang around because people have made some great long-lasting friendships that way. We certainly have. We got
Well,
about
does
3 minutes
anybody
left.
have anything they would like to chat and discuss about before we wrap up this wonderful live stream for the month of October?
By the way, did you see I was so here? This is how the podcast works behind the scenes. So you messaged me sometime last week that I just needed to. You made the post and I needed to add the graphics.
I saw
I
that
didn't
you
do it till
finally
today.
did it today.
Yes.
Yep, I saw that you finally did it today.
Yeah, because I woke up this morning and I was like, oh crap, I need to do that. So luckily I had my laptop with me and I took care of it. Attendee at the Church
I
of Walt.
love it. The Church of Walt. I love it. What are our thoughts on the new name for
I like
Critter
it.
Country? Honestly, I'm not really like bothered by it. I don't necessarily think it was needed because I think Critter Country worked for the Bayou.
It does, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just hoping that Bayou Country doesn't mean like the end of Pooh eventually, like the end of the Winnie the Pooh attraction. I don't think it does because I feel like this would have been the time
We
for
got
them
the country
to.
bear
Yeah,
thing that's hanging
I think
on.
that kind of, and they just refreshed it to the Country Bear theme. So I think but yeah, I feel like to me Critter Country made more sense, but I don't think Bayou Country doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's confusing. I know. I'm sorry.
I don't
It's
mind
going
it.
to take a long time to get used to it. It's going to take a long time for me to stop saying Critter Country. I can guarantee that right now.
I feel like with the script, the podcast script, I think I've typed it enough that I think it's in my brain now as Bayou Country.
Well, you'd think that I would have said it enough that it would have also like cemented in my brain, but I still like when I think it's just Critter Country still.
Megan, producer James would be part of that uproar
Yeah.
because he loves Winnie the Pooh.
Maybe Pooh will get a facelift and they'll plus Pooh.
I do
Because
think
there are some really cool Winnie the Pooh attractions.
I do think Winnie the Pooh
around the
could
world.
use a different story,
A refresh.
like a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just refresh the current one and have more updated scenes and characters instead of. There's still a lot of those kind of like 2D
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, thank
Oh,
you
it's 8:30
everyone
already.
for
Holy crap.
hanging out with us this evening, talking through some fun,
All types of
crazy
stuff.
news. And yeah, we kind of talked through a bunch of all sorts of different things. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening to the podcast, for hanging out with us tonight on our public live stream. We do these every month. So if this is the first time that you've done one of these public live streams every month, it's the third Sunday. That's what it is. It's the third Sunday of
Yeah, I
every
was like,
month.
second. What?
Well, it's like second to last, but third Sunday of every month, we have these public live streams. Follow
Same
us on
time,
social
usually.
media. We always like to kind of give you a reminder as to when they're happening. So we appreciate you all.
Yeah. The only time we don't have it, or the only time the scheduling changes, is usually when
There's
we're in
like
the
a trip.
parks.
Yeah, if there's a trip. But
And then we
anyway.
still try to do something for sure.
Mhm.
Well, have a great night, everybody. And we look forward to talking to you when the podcast posts this